Welcome back, everyone. My name is Elise Rhodes here with AARP Alabama, and we have a special workout plan just for you today. We're so happy and excited to have you, and we look forward to today's session. Before we dive in, I wanted to remind everyone a quick reminder. AARP is the nation's largest nonprofit, nonpartisan organization dedicated to empowering people 50 and older to choose how they live as they age. With a nationwide presence, AARP strengthens communities and advocates for what matters most to the more than 100 million Americans 50 plus and their families, fulfilling their health and financial security and personal fulfillment. Please learn more at aarp.org. Before we dive in, I also wanted to remind everyone that it is important to consult with your physician to confirm whether or not it's okay for you to participate in any physical activity, and to remind you that to be mindful of your workout regimen and make sure it's suitable for you. Your safety is our top priority. Now, I'm excited to introduce our wonderful and fabulous fitness instructor, Miss Jerri Haslem. Hi, Jerri. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing awesome, fantastic. I love when we have our sessions because I know you always have something great planned for us.
Absolutely. Today we're standing. So we're going to do some moving today, standing up. Sometimes we're sitting down. We're standing today. We're going to grab some weights and have a good time.
That sounds wonderful to hear. I'm really looking forward to today's session. I don't want to delay us any longer. So, Jerri, I'm going to let you take over from here.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Good morning, everyone. I am so grateful for you always joining me. If this is your first time with me, or if you're a regular person who joins these classes, I want to say thank you. And I want to say, if you're new, I only require one thing, and that's for you to give me a smile. I absolutely love the movement that we do here. And with that being said, I'm going to stop talking and we're going to start moving. So right here, I want you to grab, if you've got weights, great. If you don't, no worries. Don't worry about that. If you got canned goods or bottles of water, hey, we improvise around here. So whatever you have, that is perfect. And that is what you need. Okay. So I'll give you just a second to grab those. And we are going to get started on this beautiful Tuesday, okay? I want you to stand with your feet a little bit wider than maybe hip distance apart. And what I want you to do when you stand up, think about zipping up your abs and keeping your knees soft. I want you to lock out your knees. Don't lock them out. Your knees are soft, protecting not only those joints, that lower back. So those knees are soft right here. And I want you to put your hands on your thighs just to roll over like a cat, rolling over, and then roll back up. Okay? Let's do that a few more times. Okay, roll down. You're just rolling down to maybe your knees and then rolling up. That should feel really good. Okay? One more time. Let's roll down. Oh, I love this, guys. And then roll up. Okay, right here, I want you to think about just a tap. So we're just tapping from side to side. It's just a tap. Our hands are down here. You can have them just by hanging, or you can place them right here on your hips, but we're just going to tap side to side. It's a tap. It's a tap. It's a tap. I want 8 more right here. It's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then bring those legs in together. And right here, I want you to think about an old bicycle, and you're going to be like a little kickstand. So you're going to take one foot, one leg out, put that heel down, and then just sit back in those hips. This is going to challenge, or should challenge your balance just a little bit. You're sitting back, going down in those hips. That's right. You can place the hand on your shin, or take it all the way down to your foot. It doesn't matter. Give me that little bit of a stretch right there. Thank you. And then roll up. Okay? Again, you simply just take that foot out like it's that little old kickstand. That's what I call it. Remember that, I don't know, I'm aging myself, but you guys know what I mean. And you're going to sit back in those hips. And when you sit back, sitting back, pulling that ab in, and you're just going to go down, reaching for that shin. And if you can, reach for that foot. Wherever you are, that's where you need to be, okay? Holding it right there and then just roll up. How's that, okay? Now, I want you, if you would, take those legs out again wide. And this time, try to keep your hips going forward, but just a little twist from that upper body. It's just a little twist. So we're just turning just a little bit, that upper body. Now, the lower body, it stays where it is, okay? So we're not turning the hips when we do it. We're not moving them. We're just turning that upper body. It's a little bit of a twist when we do that. It's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring it back to the center, okay? So again, getting that upper body twisting and turning as well as getting that lower body to be stable, okay? So when we bring these legs in, just like we tap out, I want you to go a little march in place. Now this march in place can also be from a march to a little bit of a trot, whatever is comfortable for you. That's the most important thing. So be it a march in place or be it a little bit of a trot, it's your flavor, okay? Whatever that is for you, we're just moving in place. And I want you to understand when you do that, you are your own little timekeeper. So marching in place, be it 10 seconds, 15 seconds, or a little bit of a trot, whatever that is, we're going to go with maybe another 15, 20 seconds. I always say that, and then I really can't keep up with the time. But getting that heart rate to say, hello, Tuesday. It's a wonderful day. Wherever you are, I hope it's wonderful. I hope you're not biting the pollen like I am. Oh, my goodness. It's so everything is green, but it's okay. We're grateful. A little bit more in place. Bring it to a march. Oh, getting that heart rate up. How was that? Feel like we're moving a little bit, okay? So with this, we've got the weights. Make sure they're out the way. They're safe. I want you to place your hands on your hips. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to go from here to your arms above your head and back to your hips, okay? Even if you can't see my arms above my head, if it's cut off, don't worry about it. Make sure you just taking them up. But this is what I want you to understand. You may have had surgery or some type of rotator cuff, so your hands may only go here. Wherever they go, that's perfect. So again, from our hips to above our heads or wherever that is, okay? So it's here and here, just here and here. And then give me a smile when you do it. It's just hips and then over the head. I want you to feel comfortable with this move, okay? Let's do 4 more. It's 4, 3, it's 2, and 1. How is that? Getting that heart rate up a little bit as well when we take our arms and hands above our heart, above our chest, okay? So we got 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. How about if we add on to that, okay? I don't want you to flip it or hurt it. I just want you to go from your hips to your knees. How about that? Again, just touching from your hips to your knees, okay? So it's hips to knees. When you do that, think about leaning over, zipping up those abs, just like we did from hips to overhead. Then we're just going to go from hips to knees and stand it up, okay? Let's try. Y'all ready? Okay, let's do it. 1 and 2 and 3 to the hips and 4. Back to the hips is 5 and 6 is 7 and 8. Okay? Now, what if we put that together? I know this is just our modified loving burpee that's very modified for us. So we go from here, here, and here, and here. So from the hips to the ceiling, from the hips to the knees, from the hips to the ceiling, from the hips to the knees. How about that? Now, let me tell you something. I love changing the rhythm of it, be it is slow and controlled. It's always going to be in control, but we can speed it up if we want to. We have options. You have options. Jerri, that's not fast enough for me. Jerri, that's too fast for me. Again, we're going to make this work for you. So here, 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 and here. Hips up, hips and knees, hips overhead, hips and knees. We can take this faster if we want to, okay? Or we could take it slower and slow it down. How about that? You don't want me to sing because that would be insulting to you. And to me, I don't want to hurt you. So I'm just going to stick to verbiage and not singing it, okay? But hips overhead, hips to the knees. Hips overhead, hips to the knees. How is that? Now, if we want to be a little bit more challenging, we can go from the hips to the knees to the toes to the knees and up. And that may not be for everyone. And you know what? It may be for you today and not for you on another day. So again, using the full range of motion, all of that cardio. But sometimes if we come up too quick or go down too quick, it's like, oh my goodness, wait a minute. I don't want to become dizzy. So again, slow and controlled moves, always keep it in mind. All of what we're doing, not only the abs, not only the front of the body, the hamstrings, the calves, the glutes, the back of the body. When we go from our hips to our knees, to our toes, to our knees, to our hips, okay? If you can, I'm going to ask you to try 4 of those. And even if you don't go to your toes, you can go to your ankles. If you don't go to your ankles, you can go to your shin. It doesn't matter. It's a smile, and it's movement, and we're going to love it, okay? So let's go from the hips to the knees, to the toes, to the knees, to the hips. From the hips to the knees, to the toes, to the knees, to the hips, okay? Not going too fast, keeping that fluid so when you come up, you don't get like, oh my goodness, a dizzy head rush, okay? And if you don't want to go to your toes, you can go to your shins. And you don't have to go to your shins. You can just go to your knees, to the sides, and then come back up. All kind of options to get our full body engaged when we do that, okay? So that's our little modified, amazing burpee. You see people jumping with it, hopping with it, getting on the floor with it. Guess what? We can make it work for us. It's our own secret sauce. So we could do a full all the way up, all the way down, no hopping. So I can go from my hips overhead, from my hips to my knees, to my toes, to my knees, to my hips overhead. Do you see how we can take any exercise and make it work for us? Giving you the full benefit. You know, I tell people, because I ran a few races. I'm not bragging. Trust me, I'm not an elite athlete, but I have ran a few races. And what I can tell you is your pace, is your race, and the finish line doesn't change. So if somebody gets there in 25 minutes, somebody gets there in 45 minutes, guess what? They still get to the same line. And that's what I want for you. So I'm going to ask us to do 4 of these 4 ones if you want to. If you want to do half of the, just the lower part or just the upper part, kudos, okay? Give me that smile. Ready? Let's go. Hips, overhead, hips, knees, and toes. Knees, hips, overhead, hips, knees, and toes. Knees, hips, overhead, hips, knees, and toes. Knees, hips, overhead. Last time. Knees, toes, knees, hips. I don't know if I got all those body parts right, but I tried my best, okay? So again, you understand how you can take that heart rate up and bring it down and make it work for you. Another exercise that I'm going to do today is a jumping jack without the jumping, okay? You know, sometimes that's hard on our knees, it's hard on our bodies, but guess what? We can modify that and make it work for us, okay? So right here, instead of doing a jack, all of that, guess what? We're going to jack out to the side and bring those arms down. Now, we're not going to be some kind of little bird that's out there flying our arms. We're going to control that move. So taking it out and out, our own jumping jack. I love this. Not putting too much pressure on our knees at all. We don't even have to have the jump when we do this, okay? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay? Again, modifications to make it work for us. Amazing. Okay? If you have, I want you to grab your weights, grab those. I'm going to grab mine. You know, some days I'm like, these weights feel like they're 100 pounds, you know, and they're not, but some days it feels like that. So I'm going to ask you to grab your weights, okay? And with these weights, we're going to do upper body as well as lower body, getting that body to move, okay? So just holding the weights in our hand. Let's just start off with a bicep, just lifting those arms up and down. It's not a grip of, oh, I got to hold this so tight. You're simply comfortably holding on to the weights, okay? And it's just an up and down move. This is so important in understanding you don't have to do a lot of weight. Your arm is a weight. You can think about it and control it. So I tell you, if you don't have equipment, your body is the equipment, okay? So let's go with our biceps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, is 2, and 1. How is that? Okay? A little bicep move when we do that. Now, I'm going to do a bicep move, but I'm going to add in the lower body. Okay? So I'm going to step out with that bicep. Stepping out. Okay? Step out with the bicep. Still the same move, but taking that leg out to the side when I do that. Okay? It's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Biceps, front of the arm. Well, what about the back of the arm, Jerri? Glad you asked. We can do that by taking the arms out, kicking them back, or if we're comfortable, we can take it over our head and just bringing it up and down. Either way, it works, okay? So again, a little hinge over and just take, well, don't hit the wall like I just did. Maybe I'll turn to the side because I'm not trying to replace the wall, okay? So right here, I'm just gonna extend it back. Extend it back. Notice I'm not swinging the arm, I'm just extending it back, extending it back. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. How about that? Okay? So, again, working our biceps, working our triceps. And let's say this is the time of year where you're out in the yard and you're pulling weeds. I've got an exercise that I call pull the weeds out the garden. And when I do that, I'm going to double these weights up. I'm going to put one foot out in front, get my balance, and then right here, I'm going to just actually hinge and lean over, and the arm is completely straight and relaxed, and I'm just going to pull it up right by my side. Just pull it up. I can add on to it by extending it back as well. So right here, I'm just going to pull the weeds out the garden, pull it up, and when I do that, I'm not holding my breath, but I've got my abs engaged. So it's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, is 2, and 1. And again, just pulling straight out of the garden, pulling those weeds, okay? So let's change our hands out, change to the other side, okay? Get those feet, get that balance together. Right here, you're gonna lean over again, zip up those abs. Let that arm relax and drop and just bring it straight back. Bringing it straight back. Working that back, working that shoulder, abs are in. Give me 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, is 2, and 1. How is that? Okay? Now, what we're going to do, we're going to take these weights and we're going to drive with the weights. I know you're saying, what? Yeah, I know. I'm going to take one, I'm going to put one out the way. I've done this a few times, and one time I got my hair caught in the weight, which was not pretty, but you know, hey, make sure we get that hair out the way this time. So what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to take the weight around my head and bring it back to my chest and reversing it. Now, this is called a halo, but we're just going to call it around the world. So we take the weight, make sure you clear your head. And in my case, I buy a lot of hair. So got to clear the hair as well, okay? And you're just going to circle it, working all of that upper body when you do that. Okay, so I take it and I take it all the way around and I just reverse it. Okay, this is so good for our function and our mobility because I promise you, every time we do a move, I try to ask myself, how is this going to help me in my everyday life? Those functional moves carry us so far when we're doing things. Okay, I'm going to take this weight and put it down, get it out the way. Okay, and now I'm just going to concentrate on a little bit of knee movement. So knee, hips, cardio, lower body, okay? And when I do that, I want to let you know something. Every day for me, 90 degrees is not 90 degrees. When I lift my leg up, some days I have to hold on to the wall, the door, and everything. And some days I got to cover it. So I don't want you to be intimidated when I say, bring that leg up. If you need to hold on to something, do it. If you don't, kudos. Either way is great. But my 90 degrees today may be this. Okay? So give me whatever you have and I'll take it. Bring that leg up. Hold it. Working those abs when you do that. Maybe a little bit of a shake. That balance is being challenged. That leg is up at 90 degrees. Your abs are in and you're not holding your breath. And put it down. Wow. Did you feel that? Getting those abs even from standing. I love that, okay? So, other side, right here, again, I want you to take that leg, the opposite leg, bring it up 90 degrees and hold it. Try to stand up straight when you do that, okay? No leaning back, but definitely hold on. One time I remember filming it and I thought, if I fall, what's going to happen? Absolutely nothing. I'm going to get back up and do it again, okay? Put it down. And that's what I love about these segments because they're real life. I have trembled. I've had to hold on to the door. I've had a package being delivered. All the kind of things that can happen, they will happen. And that's why I try to make you understand that just because you only have 10 minutes to exercise, don't beat yourself up. Give yourself grace. If you got 10 minutes this morning, don't say, well, there's nothing I can do. Guess what? Jerri showed me something. I could do that in 10 minutes. Later on that afternoon, you may have 10 more minutes, or you may not. So movement is not based on the length of time. It's desired if we had more, but I don't want you to beat yourself up if you don't have more. I want you to give yourself grace to say, you know what, I got 5 minutes. I'm going to make the most of it. I got 20. I'm going to make the most of it. And even if you have time during the day, the morning, the afternoon, the evening, whatever, and you packed all that in, that is some amazing accomplishment that you don't have to worry about a time period. Give me whatever that is and then make it shine, okay? So let's go back to our balance, okay? See how we did that? Boom, holding it up 90 degrees. When I do this some days, I'm like, I can't hold this for 5.5 seconds. And some days I can hold it for 5 seconds. It doesn't matter. Giving my body grace. Holding my abs in, but not my breath. And my back is straight and putting it down. Okay? Other side, which you know I favor one side. Hold it in. There you go. Hold it up. Abdominals. I can feel I'm holding on to this wall with absolutely no shame at all. Holding on for that balance, fighting for it, and putting it down. Okay? Right here, I want you to take your legs out. Your feet are slightly turned down. And I want you to give yourself a little bit of a squat and bring it up. I'm not a ballerina, you can tell that. But in ballet, this is a move, but also helping your core, your back, your strength. So we're going to go down and just zip up, bringing up those abs, a little bit of a squat, but our feet are turned out, okay? I'd like for you to give me 8. It's 8, 7, where's my smile? 6, 5, 4, 3, it's 2, and 1. How is that? Awesome. Now take those feet and they're straight, okay? And with that, I want a little bit of a squat and bringing it up. Putting the weight in your hips, your heels, your glutes. It's a little bit of squat. Keep that chest up. No leaning over. Just the chest is up, and it doesn't matter if it's a half an inch or if it's a foot. Just going down, putting the weight in the hips and the heels, never on your knees. Amazing. If we want to add our arms, we could, but we're just going to give me 4 more right here. It's 4. It's 3. It's 2. Give me 1 more, please. Thank you. Amazing. Okay. So right here, let's take 1 foot, 1 leg, and cross it over the other one. And when you do this, I want you to feel comfortable with that balance. I promise you, even though your feet are flat on the floor, sometimes it's just to cross it over. It's like, wait a minute, hold on. Get your balance. And once you do, let that body roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Just let it collapse in a comfortable movement, a comfortable stretch, not rushing anything. And once you do that, hold it for just a second, then roll it up, stacking 1 vertebrae on top of the other one, and letting your head be the last thing that comes up. Love that. Uncross it. You know we got to do the other side, right? Absolutely. One side, no, got to do both sides, okay? Cross the other leg over. Right here, again, just letting yourself relax and collapse, rolling down comfortably, slow and controlled. And once you do it, you may feel a little bit of a wobble, then roll up again, 1 vertebrae at a time. Letting your head be the last thing that comes up. I love that. Uncross it. Okay. I want you to inhale and blow it out. Inhale and blow it out. And I want you to understand every exercise is just movement in disguise. That's it. It's movement in disguise. You know, you see people like, wow, they're doing that. Guess what? You're doing it. Exercise is just movement in disguise, and it's not punishment. It is for you. It is for everyone. So if we modify a jumping jack, or we modify a burpee, or we march in place, or we jog in place, every opportunity to move is an opportunity. So again, I thank you guys so much. I love Tuesdays. I hope you enjoy it. I want to tell you something. I want to challenge you to put on your favorite music and just move. Okay? We don't use music in this class, but your music will motivate you in ways you've never seen. You ever heard a song and you're like, I want to play that again? When you do that, it'll make you do those moves even more. So again, I totally enjoyed it. Elise, what about you?
As always, you know, I always enjoy our sessions that you have planned for us.
Thank you. I love it. I hope everyone enjoyed their Tuesday.
And thank you for keeping us motivated, making sure we stay active. Is there any homework you have for us or any tips you give for next session?
It is grace and time. And sometimes I go back and forth on that. And sometimes people don't understand it. But sometimes, I know when I was a kid, exercise was a punishment. It was like, you're late, give me a lap. And I want you to have grace. So if you got 10 minutes or if you got an hour, give yourself that, because it's truly an amazing opportunity. So your homework is to move. Your homework is to give yourself 10 minutes. If you don't have 10, give me 5. And if you have to, stack that. So that's the grace of it.
Thank you, Jerri. I look forward to seeing you next time, and take care.
Thank you.
Bye. If you enjoyed today's session, please remember to complete our survey for today's session and let us know what you'd like to see next time. Remember to visit our homepage at AARP Alabama to stay up to date with our local events that we have planned throughout the community. Feel free to follow us on Facebook and YouTube and share today's session with your loved ones. Remember, you can rewatch today's session on our social media sites at any time. We appreciate you for joining us today for Mindful Movement, and we look forward to seeing you again on May 13th at 10 a.m. Central Time. Take care and remember to stay active.